today I wanted to show y'all how easy it is to make the Cool Mist humidifier turn into a MRSA, staph, and as we all are hearing lately, Ebola is spreading, which is very scary, needs to be taken very serious. So what I wanted to show y'all is something that I learned from Tony from Herbsandbeadworks on YouTube. He's the one that gave me the gumption, I guess y'all say, that to come in the kitchen and just do it myself. It's time for us all to become free in the sense of when you can heal your family and teach your family how to do simple things like this. So like say you know that you've got a grandma's going to be going to the hospital for surgery, or you've got to go in for a knee surgery, or whatever the case may be. Hospitals are probably the most scariest places to be. So what I did when my dad went in the hospital, and what I do in the winter time, is I take lemongrass, and I would prefer that your lemongrass is definitely from Young Living, and I don't get money for Young Living or Datira, but they are both really good products. Young Living, through my education, is the best. They make sure there are no herbicides, they make sure there's no pesticides, and just simply the way they do it is just phenomenal. But I'm Pole, and since I'm a Pole white girl living in Arkansas, I'm using the Now lemongrass, which works great. I just don't know if it's completely free of herbicides and pesticides, so if you have the money, I highly recommend Young Living products. So what I want y'all to do is make sure your Cool Mist humidifier is completely clean. And I mean, I get under this puppy, I take out the filters. If you have one that you can replace the filters, replace them often. I do not. This one has non-replaceable filters. So what I do is I take my tea tree oil osmosis water, filtered water, whatever kind of filtered water you have. I trust osmosis. Probably it's right underneath Pro Pure products, which is another product I don't get money for, but they're the best. They get all the fluorides out, all the bromines, everything, even the small little particles. So you take your water, you're going to put it up. In my spray bottle, I do water probably 75%. 20% is going to be my cheap, bought it at Walmart, Best Choice, white distilled vinegar all-purpose. And then I take my tea tree oil and I put a full dropper full in that. And then sometimes I'll add a smell good, maybe a little bit of lavender. I love the smell of cinnamon. And cinnamon is another gotta have essential oil in your house because it is antibacterial, microbial, antifungal. I mean, these things are, you really need to learn your essential oils, folks. It's really important that you do. So what I would do, what I'm going to do in this is I'm going to go over here to what you might think is a wine bottle. Oh no, it's in my American vodka bottle. I don't drink, but this is what I use to make my tinctures. So what I'm going to do is I take my osmosis filled water, osmosis distilled water, is it distilled or filtered, whatever, and I'm going to get it about halfway because we're just going to use it tonight and not so much in the morning. And then I'm going to take my lemongrass, not just lemon, it's got to be lemongrass essential oil. And I'm going to put in 10 drops. And if y'all put in 15, 20 drops, don't freak, it's totally okay. But you definitely don't want to do like 50, you know. Essential oils are essential oils. They are a concentrated form of the oil that comes out of the herb. They're completely squeezed down to get that oil out. These are so concentrated, you have to be conscious of what you're doing. Then I want you to take your Young Living Thieves Oil. And this you can put in a spray bottle and spray around your house. Thieves Oil, there's a great story behind it. It was back when there was, I believe it was the Black Plague. I'm not really sure. I can't remember exactly which plague it was, but it was a plague. And They couldn't figure out how everybody was dying, and these men were going into the houses where the people died, and they were stealing all their stuff. So when the cops busted them, they're like, how are you not getting this? This killed everybody. And they said, well, we are oil compressors or something with oils. Back then, I don't remember the actual terminology for it. And they were taking a combined, like 3 or 4, maybe 5, I'm not really sure. I haven't heard the story in a couple of years, so I can't remember exactly. But they took certain oils and they would rub their hands and their arms and like spray it all over them. And it was preventing them from getting the plague that killed everybody. So then they were able to go into these houses and steal all their stuff. So of course the cops started using it, obviously. And that's how they came up with thieves oil. And you're more than welcome to go to youngliving.com and you can look up that story. And it's more in detail and it'll explain it all to you. So I want you to take your, we'll just pretend it's open because my son's holding the camera and I can't ask him to open it for me. So I want you to take this and put 10 to 15 drops in your distilled water. Okay? Once you get that done, put it all together. I've been known to, like when my dad had a lung infection, I've put lungwort and lobelia in here. I've put colloidal silver in here. I've done eucalyptus. You can do dried herbs. You can do the oils. You can do, if it's a single tincture, you can do the tincture. I would, this is my personal opinion of learning all this stuff, I would rather use a dried herb or a fresh herb because then you just get the natural oils and everything after it soaks in the water and it's coming out in the air. Now, the reason this works is it's cool mist. Do not get a humidifier, a dehumidifier. Don't mess with none of that. It's got to say cool mist humidifier. It's going to blow out cool mist, and you're going to get the benefits of the oils because they're going to attach to your skin. Now, I know a lot of folks don't know this, but you have 3 kidneys. Did you know that? Yep. You have the 2 that you know about, and then you have the biggest organ in your whole body, and that is your 3rd kidney. And that's usually where a lot of us that are detoxing and healing our bodies on a cellular level, we're finding pimples and stuff are erupting because our 2 kidneys are either not filtering or they are filtering, and then our skin's going to have to do more of the job. So if you take all that into consideration, if your biggest organ, your skin, can expectorate all that stuff out, wouldn't it make sense instead of allowing Ebola, MRSA, staph, and there's a lot of other things going on out there that we all don't know about. They're not mainstream talking about. You would probably think, well, if I let this run in my bedroom all night while I'm sleeping, then it's getting in my hair, in my skin, and then I can even spray some on my clothes when I leave in the morning. And you're going to be protected because you're not going to allow any of that crap to come in. It's going to kill it. It's going to, here comes the staph. You've got this good stuff on that 3rd kidney, your major organ, your skin. Your skin is saying, oh, here it comes. And then all those oils, they just kill it. So it can't even enter your body. Now, breathing and stuff, yeah, you probably need to be conscious of what's going on around you because, like I said, hospitals are dangerous. Hospitals are not the only place that's dangerous, though. We've got a lot of things going on and a lot of new people coming in, and they're bringing in other diseases that we are not familiar with. So I highly recommend you get a cool mist humidifier. They usually do about 400 square feet. Our house, we don't use the downstairs room, but I would say probably, what, 1,500 square feet, son? About 1,500 square feet. So I would, if I was going to do the living room and then try to hit all the bedrooms, I'd put one at the end of the hallway. So I'd probably need 2, and that would get everybody pretty good. But since we're going to be sleeping tonight, I can just put it in the end hallway, leave all the bedroom doors open. If you do work in a hospital or you are around a lot of people, I highly recommend that you have one for every room of your house. And you know, you can even just turn it on in the living room and you're watching football or some zombie media, some dead media, then you know you can have it running while you're in the living room too. But I highly recommend that y'all get this going and get as many going in your house as you possibly can. And you can let it run all the dang time. You can get good smells and still have the oils in there that protect you. So that is really, really important. Also, back up, Christopher. In this, because y'all should know me by now, I don't do anything with chemicals. I do not like them. I educated myself for 6 years on chemicals, and I do everything in my power to keep chemicals away from me and my family. So this is osmosis water, 10 to 15 drops of tea tree oil. Sometimes I'll do 2 full droppers full because I love tea tree oil. I clean everything with it. I clean the toilets with it. If I need to scrub something down, sometimes I use Comet, sometimes I use my baking soda. I get the aluminum-free organic baking soda, baking powder. I use that as like an exfoliant. Only when it's really nasty do I use Comet. That's probably the one chemical I haven't really gotten rid of yet. And then in this, I add the vinegar because vinegar kills, and vinegar has a very strong surface cleaning where it will buffer and shine and stuff, which my son will argue with me about that. He likes to bring home this crap. Yes, my wonderful son brings home chemicals. So he cleans with this, I clean with this, and we argue about it a lot, but it keeps things fun. So right there, I have told you how to kill fungus, kill microbes, to be an antibacterial. You can use this for anything. You can use this for anything in your house, all surfaces. My granddaughter's going to be here tomorrow. Today, I cleaned all the floors with hot water, a little bit of vinegar, and a bunch of tea tree oil. Everything's clean, killed. My granddaughter is safe to crawl all over the house as much as she wants to. This is going to be running while my granddaughter's here. My granddaughter's not being vaccinated anymore. Her immune system's going to start getting nice and strong. But until it gets strong, I'm going to help my granddaughter, and I'm going to have this sucker running all night tomorrow night. She sleeps with me in my room, so I'll have it running all night tomorrow night. So my granddaughter has protection as well. This sits up in your sinuses, and if you breathe with your mouth open, which probably the majority of us do that, so you're breathing it in too. And like I said, you know, look up your herbs, find out what's good for lungs, put a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Don't go crazy, but just, you know, I think if you all learn that you can come in the kitchen and you can do these things, that you're taking control of your health. And once we all figure out that we can take control of our health, that gives us huge freedoms, folks, huge freedoms. And I am a freedom fighter. I believe that we should all take our freedoms back and stop depending on the government, stop depending on everybody. We need to depend on ourselves. It's time for us to be self-reliant, and this is one of the biggest ways to do it. So there's 2 things. I just cleaned your house, I cleaned your air, and you are safe to go wherever the heck you need to go tomorrow, and everything's going to be dandy. So that's that for today, and I just want to tell you all I love you very much. Hugs.